hockey fans, this has been a great Stanley Cup final. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Nashville Predators are on their way to Game 6 of the Stanley Cup final. And right now, Pittsburgh leads the series 3-2, but they haven't won here at the Bridgestone Arena in this final. The Nashville Predators have owned this building during the playoffs, losing only once in the 10 games they have played here. And both teams will be fired up for this game. The emotions were high in Game 5, and fans can expect to see both teams coming out and skating hard for the drop of the puck. Every player and coach knows what's going on the line tonight, and that means the fans will get a great game. Get ready for Game 6 of the Stanley Cup final from the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. And don't forget to check out BioPharma. They are making the world healthy with their supplements and other natural products. And the Stanley Cup 2017 has ended here in the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee, with the big win of the Pittsburgh Penguins 2-0. An amazing last period with two great teams fighting each other to win the Stanley Cup. The Pittsburgh Penguins have become the new 2017 Stanley Cup champs, back to back. Game 6 of the Stanley Cup final was a game of defense and strong goalies. Pekka Rinne of the Predators and Matt Murray of the Penguins stopped every shot through the first two periods. Murray had 27 saves and Rinne had 28. But with less than 2 minutes left in the game, Patrick Hornsquist took an assist from Chris Konitz and bounced it off the shoulder of Pekka Rinne and went into the net. The Predators went to an empty net after that, and Carl Hagelin scored an empty net goal, assuring the Pittsburgh Penguins will win the Stanley Cup final for a second year in a row. There were only 4 penalties in this game, and the Predators had 3 power plays but couldn't convert.
Well, it's hard to express it in words how proud we are of this group of players. I've said on a number of occasions through the course of this playoff run that they're such a privilege to coach, and I mean that so sincerely. These guys are such great people, first and foremost, and they're terrific hockey players. And we really believe that we've got a unique chemistry within our room. We think it's a competitive advantage for us. I've said all along here that you don't win championships without character, and I believe we have it in abundance in our dressing room. So we're grateful for the commitment and the sacrifice that this group of players continue to make on a daily basis to win championships. This coaching staff is so appreciative of this group of players and what they go through. We push them hard. It's not always warm and fuzzy.
You can't match this. It's what it's all about, and to be able to share that with a group of guys, and a lot of them, guys that you've played a long time with, and understand how difficult it is and what you've had to go through and that kind of thing. Share it with family and friends. That's what it's about. You have a small window to play and have a career, and I feel fortunate, but I also understand how difficult it is. So you want to try to make the best of it.
93, we should have won the cup. That was our best team, but it didn't go our way against the Islanders. But it's hard to win the cup, as we found out over the last 10, 12 years. We've won the cup 3 times, and we feel very fortunate to be able to win it back to back. It's something special, and something that these guys and all of us in the organization can cherish for the rest of our lives. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, in the last 10 years, that puts them with Chicago now. They got 3. It's hard to compare, but 3 cups in the last 10 years is certainly in back-to-back is pretty spectacular, and they're set up obviously there's so many good players here that, you know, can they win it again? Can they win 2 more? You know, they're going to have a couple cracks at it. And so, you know, Kunitz getting 4 obviously is pretty high company. It's just, you know, it's really great for all of them. So it's, you know, where they'll be at the end of their careers, they're all going to the Hall of Fame. Pretty cool.
I always say it's best organization. It's like a amazing team, you know. Like we have great chance like win every year. Like it, like last 2 years, like we have same like team like Phil coming like from Toronto, you know. Like he's so good like playing playoffs, you know. It's like unbelievable team, like young guys like Shiri against like Rusty, like they're flying, you know, and they give us like so much power and speed.
It feels great. There was a lot of guys out there saying we can't win back-to-back, and now we're standing here and we did it, and we have such a good core group, and that's all that matters.
Everyone stuck together. Everyone probably assumed a little bit larger role and elevated their game, and you know, enough can't be said for how our forwards, our goaltender, and our defensemen have all stepped up throughout the first year.
How special is to win this cup back-to-back?
It's pretty surreal. I mean, the group of guys in that locker room, they fought for each other, and you know, it's a dream come true.
Let's talk about the last few minutes of this game. It was very tough. It was very tight.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought game, and you know, it was so close and battle on both ends. And you know, I think we just wanted to stick with our game plan, and you know, we buried one late and came out on top. And it's unbelievable.
Your thoughts about the Predators?
I mean, they're a great team over there. You can see, you know, the fight they had, and you know, it was a hard series, and it came down to the very end of this game. And I mean, they're a hard-fought team, and they've had a great run too.
And we want to send a special shout out to our big fan John from San Diego for all the support. Thank you, John, and guys, keep sending your love and support at the Los Angeles Post-Examiner.com. From the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee, this is Claudia Gestra for the Los Angeles Post-Examiner.